we have stomata. Do not get scared. So before we talk about stomata in detail, I have to tell you one thing, or you tell me, that is your skin completely uninterrupted? Is it always smooth? Is it always joined? Is it always made up of cells which are adjacent to each other? Is there any opening? Yes, I know some of you are saying, yes, we have those tiny little hairs, or we have those pores, skin pores. Absolutely right. The way you have pores in your skin, likewise, plant is going to have some openings. See, mostly epidermal cells are continuous without any break. But at points, for example, in case of leaf, there are some interruptions. There are certain openings in between the epidermal cells. Those openings, those pores, my dear kids, are called stomata. Now you may be wondering, ma'am, why is this stomata we are talking about? What is its job? See, you know that plant is going to consume CO2 from the atmosphere and then use it, undergo some metabolic reactions, and then will create a sugar out of it. Now the prerequisite is that it has to allow the entry of CO2 molecules. How will that happen? A pore has to be present. Where will this pore present? Obviously in the leaf, because leaf is the kitchen of the plant body. So leaves will have those openings, and those openings are basically the places where epidermal cells are not continuous. Okay? Those openings, those pores are known as stomata. So this picture that you see is a magnificent picture seen under electron microscope. Now colors have been added to give it more, beautiful appearance. So this opening, see this carefully, this is the pore through which CO2 is going to enter inside and O2 is going to come outside. Alright. Now if this is a pore, what is this? The adjacent cell. The adjacent cell, my dear students, is basically a epidermal cell, because we said epidermis is not continuous everywhere. Somewhere will be interrupted by pores, but what is present in close contact to it, or which is close to it, those cells are guard cells. So you can think of, the name is given right, guard cells. They are going to guard this pore, and guard cells are epidermal cells. Okay. Let's take types of stomata. So here again, we come here. See, why we are talking about two different types of stomata. Number one picture is the picture of stomata in case of monocots, monocot plants. So this is stomata in monocots, monocotyledons. This one, and this diagram is with respect to dicotyledons. Do not worry, we have to talk about the pore, the aperture, the stomatal opening, this one, which is inside. This one, here this one. Do you get that? The main opening, this place. This place, this is the opening. I hope you get that. This is the opening, this is the opening, and this will be named as stomatal aperture or stomatal pore or aperture. Okay. Now, here these two cells are guard cells. These two cells are guard cells, and here these two cells are guard cells. You tell me, do you see any difference in the shape of guard cells? Yes, there is a significant difference in the shape. These guard cells are more of dumbbell shape. Yes, the same dumbbell you lift in gym, that's the dumbbell shape. So these are guard cells. In case of monocotyledons, remember, this is an important point, that in monocots, In monocots, the guard cells are dumbbell shaped. Dumbbell shaped. All right. And here, what do you see? More of kidney shape, right? So again, we'll write this is guard cells, but they are kidney shaped or bean shaped. Kidney or bean shaped. Fine? You get that? I'm going to drag this aperture word here so that you have full space to see what I've written with respect to guard cells. Okay? Guard cells in case of dicots are bean shaped or kidney shaped. Now, one more important point. Wherever, even in case of monocots or in case of dicots, the inner wall of guard cells are thicker inner walls, both in case of dicots as well as in case of monocots. Inner walls are thick. See, you can see here clearly that inner walls are thick and outer walls are thin. So, we will write down thick inner walls of guard cells. So, that is common. And one more thing is common. Guys, please focus here. What is this? This is not meant for any beautification purpose. These are chloroplasts. So, guard cells will have chloroplasts. Okay. So, these are chloroplast. What is this red color structure? This is nucleus and this is a vacuole. Here the picture is a bit different, but will also have chloroplast. Guard cells do possess chloroplast. So, I should write down here one more common feature which is common in both of them, that is that chloroplast is present. Chloroplast in guard cells, be it a guard cell of monocot, be it a guard cell of dicot. That doesn't make a difference. I hope it is clear to you. Now, let us quickly see what is the job of stomata. Stomata regulates the gaseous exchange and transpiration. That is the loss of water in the form of water vapors in case of plants. So, basically meant for gaseous exchange and transpiration. Okay? Gaseous exchange, transpiration. Lock it. One more point, quickly I will say that a single stomata is called stoma and multiple plural stomata is stomata. Fine.